Today, over 100 million children live in institutions and poverty. Many of those children live in conditions unfit for animals. Unlike adults, children do not have the luxury of choice. They are born into poverty and are an unwelcome burden. In many third world countries, these children have been abandoned and thrown away. The quality of care provided to these children is inhumane and a travesty. There are simply too many mouths to feed and too few resources and people with the heart to help. In 1993, America was exposed to the truth of this horror when 2020 did an expose on the forgotten children of Romania. As most Americans watched the horror and atrocity, they were overcome by a feeling of helplessness and despair. Fortunately, some were called to action. In the wake of this presentation, one woman's heart was touched, and with friends and family, she set forth to make a difference. Her answer to this problem was Cherish Our Children International, COCI, a non-profit organization offering aid to these desperate children. It didn't take long for this vision of hope to capture the attention and hearts of caring individuals. COCI attracted non-profit professionals, respected physicians, healthcare providers, educators, philanthropists, successful business people, and a dedicated staff of volunteers. This team set forth to sponsor and implement programs that would change the lives of these forgotten children. Compassionate individuals responded to the call for help with donations, and the unified effort birthed the first project in Romania. COCI began its efforts in Romania by supporting family-style group homes to serve these abandoned HIV-positive children, a mother-child shelter to prevent the abandonment of babies in Bucharest, temporary rehabilitative foster care for children transitioning from institutions to permanent family arrangements, a life skills training center for teens leaving institutions, Montessori educational training for teachers, and the sponsorship of fully equipped accredited Montessori classrooms. An HIV testing and counseling center focused on preventing the further transmission of the disease. Suffering from the highest rate of pediatric AIDS in Europe, many of Romania's children paid the ultimate price. Warehoused, their illnesses untreated, these HIV-positive children were not expected to live into their teens. Many of these children are now entering adulthood, thanks in part to the work of Cherish Our Children International and the contributions of people like you. In Serbia, COCI and its donors support children's programs that provide social intervention and transportation services to over 600 institutionalized children, allowing them to experience educational and recreational activities not provided by the orphanages and refugee centers. And with the success of a second program, the outreach gained more energy and even more support. COCI then turned to Kenya, where 50 poverty-stricken children from the slums receive nutritional, medical, and educational support in a family-style environment. Over the last 10 years, COCI has raised and distributed over $3 million to aid the needs of these vulnerable children, and it has done so with a group of volunteers that share the dream of making a difference in the lives of children. All of this has been accomplished with minimal overhead from the donated efforts of caring people. We are proud to have accomplished this with 80% of all funds raised going directly to programs for the children. In Israel, kids' love of soccer crosses ethnic, religious, and economic lines. Cherish Our Children International supports A Bridge to Peace, a youth soccer league bringing together more than 16,000 religious and secular Jews, Muslim and Christian Arabs, Bedouin and Druze. The philosophy behind A Bridge to Peace is to transform the lives of Israel's disadvantaged children. The kids play soccer games and tournaments, have access to academic tutoring, and participate in informal educational activities and social events from different backgrounds and different ages, all wearing the same uniform. Cherish Our Children International support of A Bridge to Peace helps children grow physically, mentally, and emotionally, and to understand that despite their differences, they are all part of something bigger.
أزاد براء أمير عبد الله ليمة ميسر يارا لنا آيات لما جنى سجود آدم أمين أسامة.
In Houston, a grant from Cherish Our Children International provides funding for local infant formula for emergencies known to the community as Life Houston, a local private non-profit organization that provides emergency food and formula to needy infants during their critical first year of life. In 16 years, Life Houston has made over 60,000 family visits and filled over 3 million bottles with formula. In September of 2005, a massive Category 4 hurricane, Hurricane Katrina, made landfall at New Orleans, causing a massive catastrophe for its people. The citizens of Houston opened their arms to those displaced by the hurricane, and volunteers from Cherish Our Children were on the front lines of the effort, helping to prepare the Astrodome for the survivors' arrival, dispensing food, clothing, diapers, and formula in the crucial first days after their arrival. COCI volunteers with medical skills were among only a small handful of people with medical training initially assisting the survivors. Looking for what was most needed and creating teams to provide it, Cherish Our Children volunteers obtained, delivered, and distributed thousands of pounds of food, clothing, and other essentials, reunited families, and arranged for medical attention for the seriously ill. As the basic needs of the survivors began to be met, COCI's teams began to look for what else was needed, creating a phone bank and website, KatrinaTexas.org, fielding hundreds of requests for information and helping people obtain services, continuing today, helping those who need help the most. Although many great things are being accomplished, we haven't even begun to scratch the surface of what needs to be done. The initiation of such a worldwide outreach in and of itself is quite a feat. However, sustaining them is our challenge. It is our goal to create a global community mindset for the basic needs of children. In the programs that we have established, a child can be supported for as little as $1 per day. We often take such little things for granted. We sit back and ask, how can I help? What can I do? Thinking that I am only one person. We hope to answer those questions by inviting everyone with a heart for children to join us in the effort to change the lives of helpless children. We are a group of compassionate people united in an effort to make a difference, and we invite you to join hands with us as we set forth to free children from the burden of disease, hunger, and poverty. Your help and support can make a difference. Please help us to cherish our children.